We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Ted. For Ted's small theater room, we suggested a 5.2.4 Atmos configuration. He asks, what receiver would we recommend for that? I would recommend the Marantz or the Denon that has the best Odyssey, but is like the cheapest one of them because you don't need that many speakers. You just got to make sure it could do 5.2.4, which I think most of them could. But the cheapest one that has the number of amps that you actually need. Okay, the processing power that you absolutely need, which means you can do all of those 9 channels.
Yes,
right? 9 channels, and then the best Odyssey. So whatever that is, what is
so that would be the Marantz SR6011 if you're buying right now,
right?
Which is $900 at Accessories for Less most of the time. It's a pretty good deal. If for some reason you really want the ability to add Oro 3D. And or Hios, because the SR6011 can't do Oro 3D and it doesn't have Hios built in. There is the X4300H from Denon. Okay. That's the comparable model there. Plus, on the X4300H, get the full front display. The SR6011 only has the little porthole display. Right. And then you're looking at, I think, $1,100 right now, $1,100 or $1,200.
So there's no 7 channels. These are both 9-channel amps, right?
Yeah, those both have 9 amps built in. They actually can be expanded to 11 speakers, but they have 9 amps built in.
There's any that are 7 amps built in that can be expanded to 9?
That can be expanded to 9, not until you go back so old that it doesn't support DTS-X or Dolby Vision.
All right, then that's what you want. Yep.
So these are the ones, there's no reason to go above those. You don't need any features beyond that. So either of those two, depending on what you need and want.
All right, he talked to Gene over at Audioholics, and given his legacy audio on-wall speakers capabilities, Gene suggested a 200 watt per channel external amplifier to minimize the distortion and maximize the dynamics and headroom. Any thoughts on that and any recommendations? His room is not super big. I don't know.
His room is downright small. And those speakers are big.
Yeah, okay. Now, objectively, Gene is almost certainly correct that if you want to use these
max them out,
if you want to use these speakers to their capabilities, you should get an amplifier. You are not in any conceivable way using these speakers to their capabilities. I mean, they are just you are riding a Ferrari down the street at like 35 miles an hour. All right, yeah. That Ferrari has got all the headroom you need. You do not need to put a turbocharger on it. You don't need to. You don't need to add a bigger engine to it. Just in case. And that's kind of what he's suggesting here. So I don't think that you need to do this at all.
Right.
I think you can save the money.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the maximum amount of power you might be using out of your speakers will be 20 watts per channel. like that's no exaggeration.
I know.
Really.
I know.
That is the maximum amount of power you're going to be using in your setup. Given your seating distance and the efficiency of your speakers, 20 watts per channel is as much as you will. I mean, your ears will be absolutely screaming if you go beyond that. So you don't need the 200 watts per channel at all in terms of the headroom. Interestingly, it's the opposite direction where possibly an external amp might have a benefit because you're sitting so close. These speakers are quite efficient. They have these very, very sensitive folded ribbon tweeters.
Yeah.
And if you connect all 9 of your speakers to an AV receiver, the noise floor does go up a little bit. I mean, that's been consistent. I've had that experience. Everyone who's written in to talk about it has had that. It's not like it gets horrible. As soon as something starts playing, you don't notice the tiny hiss. But I know Ted is a picky person, and we love being picky. I'm the same way. So it's possible that it's the noise floor where you might get some benefit. Now, I would point you right over to one of the Emotiva Bass X amps because you only need, I mean, honestly, you could just offload 2 of the channels and
your mains.
Absolutely enough. If you want to go nuts, if you like, because this is Ted, we know Ted wants to go nuts, right?
He's looking for an excuse to spend some money. Dude's got.
If you want to go nuts, you can get both. You can get both 200 watts per channel and a shockingly low noise floor by getting a Monolith amplifier from Monoprice.
Those aren't that expensive. They're pretty pricey. But
No,
they're not
like
that
$1,100 gets you the 3-channel version.
That's like
right?
a
Now,
full receiver, though. I mean,
Oh,
that's
it's
like
huge.
it's.
It's
No, I'm not
huge
just
and
talking. I'm
heavy.
talking about the price too. You can get a brand
Yeah.
new receiver from Accessories for Less for the exact same price.
Right.
So,
But I mean, if you want to go for it, and you want to make sure that you will never hear a hiss coming from your front 3 speakers, and if you want to blast the door that never closes, if you still want to blast it off its hinges with pure sound, then go ahead, get a Monoprice Monolith. I won't stop you. I mean, hey, I bought an ATI amp. I sure as heck don't need it. So there you go.
yeah, we know how close you sit to your speakers.
That's right.
All right, he says his front 3 speakers are Legacy Audio Silhouettes. We know this. His current surround speakers are DefTech Pro Cinema 1000s. How well will the SVS Prime Elevation speakers work with these if you were to buy those for Atmos duties?
Yeah, because we suggested that might be a good choice because they have that angled thing,
Yeah.
put them high up on the front wall.
They will work just fine. They will.
Yeah, they're quite neutral, right?
They are very, very neutral. They're very neutral. They blend just perfectly in with my speakers, which are
Right.
very neutral speakers, and therefore they must be also very neutral.
Yeah, and
So-
I want to assure Ted that I really do feel strongly that they would be absolutely fine because you know how picky I have been. You know how the ridiculous lengths I have gone to for timbre matching, yeah? I went from the Sierra 1 NRT speakers to the Sierra 2s. I upgraded all of my Sierra 1 NRTs at the same time to Sierra 2s, including my height channels, right? It made no difference.
Yeah.
And this is me. This is me who was like, I am going to custom order some Sierra speakers that use the same larger ribbon tweeter as the towers. I'm going to do that just so I, even if I can't hear it, just so I know it's a perfect timbre.
Psychologically, I know.
Exactly. I am telling you that in the height channels, it made no difference.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's how picky I am. I assure you those will be fun.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.